Kaguya-sama Love is War or Kaguya-sama wa Kokurasetai Tensai-tachi no Reinai Tsuno Zen is licensed and produced by Aniplex Managed Broadcasting System, Magic Capsule, Shueisha, East Japan Marketing and Communication, and Aniplex of America. Studios A1 Pictures, Networks, Tokyo MX, GTV, GYT, BS11, MBS, CTV, and TVN. Based on the works by Aka Akasaka. Please support the official release. Hello there, it's Jack here with more Kaguya-Sama Love is War Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6. And the last time we got started on the whole re-election thing for the seat of the Student Council President. I don't know how the other members actually decided, now that I think about it. Like, are they elected too, or does the President get to pick them? I think the President... Wait, no, I think we had something about Miyoki picking... Wow, can't I think of his name right now? Anyway, the boy of the student council. Yeah, like, not at all Ishigami. Basically trying to convince him to be the member of the student council, I think, unless I'm seriously remembering things wrong here. Which is possible. Nope, okay. Yeah, anyway, basically got started against Miss Miko Ino? Ino? Was it Ino or Inu? I'm not sure. Miko, anyway, who is also the head of disciplinary committee thing, if I'm not wrong, there. And she's kind of trying to run a bit of a tighter ship, which this already is such a prestigious academy, so not sure how many people she's actually gonna get on board with this. But who knows? Like, she is in the opening, so she's probably gonna be a bit of a reoccurring character, if not a permanent main character. No one from here on out, so... Do your thing, episode. Also, I'm skipping the opening, at least of the first one, since I checked ahead and it starts with the opening. With that in mind... Yep, everything ready. Let's go to 3, 2, 1... Once goes to fall for him, okay? Such a smooth face, damn. Parasite. Maybe he just got a good night's sleep or something? The bad hair. Yeah, no, that... In tip-top condition. That's kind of really depressing thought, though, if that means... He's... Yeah, there it is, social distancing line. Gonna talk about this later. Like, people... Yeah, straight up don't even recognize him, eh? Some curse broken. But it looks so weird, though, honestly, with the biggest... Oh, it's an intimidating air. Eh. Yeah, he looks a lot softer. But yeah, but people definitely recognize him, but damn, the difference. This could be a period. No, it looks so weird though. If I had to make a guess here, it's probably more off-putting to her. Like, I don't know, she fell in love with you as is or not, I'm not sure, but If I had to guess where this is going, probably that. Rumble. I love the music in the background though. Yeah. He sure is putting on the charms though, eh? Canis Major. Very different from the usual how cute, eh? I don't know what the music just comes back on. And yeah, total turn off. Voice again. Yeah, obviously she was into them. That's the vibe I'm getting. I mean, it's obvious that you're gonna fool anyone, but it's still nice to sort of get the insight from her. Those blinking. That's an honest thought to have, I guess. The narrator too. That was embarrassing. I guess so. Tough it out then. Uh, that animation was just gorgeous somehow. I said it. Just keep on forcing her to say it. It's complicated, yeah. Also, thank you for acknowledging how really bad at disguise it is. Really take the bullet for her too. No! Chica, why? That's right. Yeah, a bit too shaken up. For obtain to true love. I get the feeling he's a bit more on the. How should I say this? Realistic side of things. sparkling and everything. Well, I'll see later. What's the dramatic exit to? That was a whole bunch of expressions she just went through. And because of Kaguya, he didn't get any sleep now. It's really hard on my eyes. Nope. Oh god, she's got issues. No, there are many problems. Many problems involved here. Damn. How much a realistic fear? Yes. I guess we do need someone to be... Well, actually, kind of everyone is aware of this, except for Kaguya. It's just moving. It works. Shameless. I'm surprised she's the one directing it. And able to pick it out, too. Flawless lip syncing. I mean, if he's lip syncing, then he has to know them, right? I'm crap. God, I love these little throwaway frames so much. So is this gonna be a repeat of the volleyball? Kind of crepitating. Yes! Yes! He was only kind of tone deaf. I love the fact that the show acknowledges its past. I've mentioned this so many times before, but love it! You should have heard him out first, but oh well, too late now. I guess we can add that face to the meme template now. How dare you lie to me? Do you want to hear yourself? I love that they're not even putting it into words, it's just this... What to even call that? They're not. I cannot at all tell the difference. I'm tone deaf like that. Not once been able to like identify Sore, me, or any of them. I love the fact that she's somehow able to hold a note and just write while doing that. No, you cannot. No! No! I can see Kyoko. No, you need it. Oh, did it now? A deep-rooted trauma, eh? Well, now Chica's just got a personal and emotional reason to help him out, eh? Go, go, go! Were they smiling before? I don't think they were. Next morning? You really did this in one day? I do love like sort of the eye of the tiger vibe that we had there. Haya's look also sticks out. That face though. Oh damn. This feels like way more intense than the volleyball one. The volleyball one was just played up for laughs, but this one. Good job keeping direct orchestrating all the while. Did they all just leave her there? Well, good on them. Hey. Damn, did she just like straight up bully someone out of the election? I mean, it could also just be like sort of Ishigami vision, perhaps, or not, you know? Well, that's why she knows. Oh, no. She's totally going all in here, eh? I mean, yeah, she has a very vested interest in getting Miyuki re-elected. I mean, isn't like Miyuki one of those people? What do you say? One of these persons or one of these people? One of these people sounds better. Okay, here we go. Who now? Very much so, yeah. So, bribing her is definitely out of the question then. Okay, now I gotta put her down. However... Oh, how kind of you. Okay. Even if it means subscribing to your underhanded ideas or whatever. Okay, so basically just have her retire for now. Since it won't matter then, eh? Not agreeing to it. Like, I mean, Kaguya isn't reiterating the fact that this is what it actually is. Like, she obviously means something very different, but I love how I just caught her off guard. So what's her grief with Miyuki then? She wasn't being nice at all! No fruitcake then. Okay. I mean, you'd still basically get what you want, right? What do you know? You've just been given a dangerous offer, eh? No romance. Yeah, that's still a thing with her, isn't it? Chica. Breakdown. Election Super Tuesday. Yeah, from what I've heard, they were a bit, well, a very tiny bit liberal with the subtitles this episode. They kind of snuck in the social distancing line. Also, was this like usual length episode? It totally was. Damn, it felt so much longer somehow. I don't know why. Yeah, anyway, the social distancing line with both Chika, and I think you said it there too, but kind of flew by. Like social distancing at least 50 meters. Or something. By the way, again, the music just... Well, don't even know if I want to call this music. The social distance will be set at no less than 50 centimeters. What? Never mind meters. Yeah, 50 meters would be a bit extreme. But she is extreme anyway, so yeah, half a meter then. Yeah, anyway, there was some complaining from what I've been able to pick up on that the social distancing line sort of like, yeah, it's a fun joke and all, but you know you're supposed to make accurate subs and actually translate what they are saying and not put in any sort of dated references here. So we got a fun joke out of it, but I'm kind of agreeing with the whole, you know, people watching this a year from now should still get the actual experience and not a joke that was relevant a year ago. So there's that. Also, I don't know if it actually said Super Tuesday, since like that's kind of a, you know, USA thing. I don't know how relevant it is in other countries. Like, definitely not where I live. We've got it on Sundays, elections. Or, well, the voting anyway. So, do it on Japan. But, I don't know, I think the term Super Tuesday anyway is like America only thing. I think, anyway. Yeah. As for the episode itself, it just felt so long somehow to me. Like, not in a bad way, but we've had the whole, the thing with the eyes at first, the singing, and now Kaguya's intimidation tactic, negotiations thing. Plus the true love bit. Like, technically the eyes and the true love were in the same, but it felt so separated, so... Yeah. Also, I guess Kaguya has an eye fetish now. Which, I'm not sure if it's a thing that exists, but I do not want to Google it. I'm very much terrified of the things I would find if I were to type those words into Google. So, not going to happen. And yeah, the entire scene obviously hilarious. We got our side characters thrown in again, that was great too. And then the singing. Like, it was very clear that they were kind of going for the volleyball thing again. And I love it so much that the show acknowledges its past. I mentioned this many times before, usually in the romantic context, but even, like, it was such a throwaway comedy thing. Like, okay, yeah, we're doing this, Miyuki, really bad at volleyball, like, unbelievably bad at volleyball. And then Chiki helps him out, and there's the meme too, like with her reaction faces of increasing despair. And it's great because you can just sort of take this one when she first has him sing and tag it at the end. But yeah, it was kind of throwaway comedy because at the end of the day it didn't really like change the character dynamics or anything. But here we are, sort of calling back to it, and that's great. Especially sort of the trauma that Chika was left with. But they opted a bit. Not only by getting some like personal stakes in there with Chika, because volleyball was just like, yeah, she made a casual pass. Not really good, sports isn't her thing or anything, but here we have music, which is very much her thing. As well as the emotional side with Miyuki basically just always having been shut down by people like, just give up, don't even try, stop, please. Which obviously just rings very wrong with Chika, who sort of like says, well, you might not be gifted in any sort of way, but you could definitely be passable, if nothing else. And yeah, so just kind of rubs her the wrong way in every conceivable way. And as such, like, especially her having like a breakdown at the end when she hears him singing, like it kind of dissolved into a comedic segment there with how she just cried on stage. But like the first tears sort of felt super genuine. So it was basically this intense scene that gradually turned into comedy. Well, actually not gradually, but was more of a hard cut. Since like it felt genuine until we just cut away from the how should I say this, more serious style of animation, back to the more casual comedic one. Plus, of course, the breakdown and everything. So yeah, that happened. And then we had the what was the last bit now? The negotiations. I kind of really like how how Miko. I'm gonna go with first names. Completely failed to read Kaguya here. Like on one hand, she got the hidden intentions there, sort of like the uncorruptible and all that. That's how she is. So I also wonder what even happened with the other candidate. Like, what did she do to him? This is sort of the hilarious ambiguity of it. But anyway, yeah, she basically gave Kaguya the perfect offer there, that she got to stay with Miyoki, but without any of the stress and burdens that come with being president. And then she completely shut it down because, yeah, at the end she still got her ideals of, very strict school life, I suppose. And all that, so, yeah. Gotta see how the election pans out, although I can't imagine Miyoki losing. On one hand, because, well, I mean, we're halfway through the season, and I know the manga gonna keep going too. Oh yeah, on that note, I received a rather interesting comment on the previous episode when I made the minor complaint on how the student council dissolving didn't have the serious impact it was trying to go for, because, it's episode 3, it's not over. But apparently the manga made a big deal out of it. Like, even skipping one release, the weekly release or monthly release, I'm not sure. But anyway, they skipped the release. They generally made it seem like this is the end of the story, which is something you can't do in the manga, but doesn't really translate to anime no matter what you do, unless you make it the season finale. But they would have to seriously rush it to discard a lot of other things to make episode 3 the finale of episode 12. So yeah, that's just a really nice touch there. Unfortunately, kind of lost in translation from manga to anime, that is. Anyway, the actual election. Let's get into this. In the 3, 2, 1, go. Election Commission. By a landslide, okay? Well, damn. So it's already a done deal then? Yeah, we've been at that. Also, the whole... Oh, that's adorable. Swallow a person. I can't. He doesn't. Then he's all alone. You suck. Glasses girl got issues, I suppose. Damn. Strong entrance, eh? Yusaku! No! That, yeah. I mean, I get that she genuinely wants this and all that, so there's a bit of a hard line with basically crushing her dreams. But Yeah, that's how student assemblies go. Unless you're Kaguya. Like, she's got presence. And now attention! Who did it drag in? Former student competent. Accomplishments. A full-on presentation, eh? Try not to lose them with that. That stigma, eh? Oh, damn, that's why she did it. Damn! They're playing dirty. That was poorly edited and I love it. The CCs for special class. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's the numbers guy, right? Yeah, he wants to, for some reason, crush, Miko. First names. I want to know the backstory here. I do hope it isn't something petty, though. Where would she have the accomplishments from, though? I mean, I know she's like the disciplinary head, but still. Oh, no, no, this is... No! No! God, I don't want to see this! Ah! Again. Ah! I mean, this is tragic, but at the same time, it's a serious flaw for an upcoming president, isn't it? But it's not petty, and I love it. I love it. True leaving the child alone, though, huh? Diligent to a fault. It is, though. You always got a choice. Then a lot of people would be out of jobs. They have that at elementary school? I think you got that in every school. Well, it just hurts. In so many ways. Well, Ishigami got it. Doesn't really help the situation that much, though. Going a bit off script here, eh? Oh god, make yourself the villain, will you? Well, if you get her riled up enough, she'll probably, get into serious mode. Because at the end of the day, she will be talking to you instead of to the student assembly. Well, there's the spirit. I love how he's basically just still helping her by engaging in the talk. Yep. Still shaking though. That's adorable. Can you really pin all of that on lax morals though? That's your reason? I don't care about your fetish. Well, if nothing else, she got her ideals out there. Not a problem I've ever had. I mean, people do like to express themselves that way. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty entertaining to watch. Poor her, though. Aww, genuine supporters. Well, yeah, next year might be... Next year. Oh, come on. She's been with you long enough. She gets to be happy at that. Did they have the election, like, right after that? Everybody knows what he's thinking. It was an error that he predicted. Oh no, you definitely were. Yeah, not in front of people. Well, no, Doji was. Yeah, good job. I mean, you gotta maintain the cover, but damn. Well, at least she's acknowledging it. Doesn't look like a great... Yeah, I mean, that's fair, right? You can't be both. Probably. Eh. Yeah, side character, get out of here. You were great support, though. Yeah, because, you know, kind of a hardliner, but other than that... So has the student council been missing a member this entire time? Oh, ma, they're afraid of their former positions. Dysfunction. The self-awareness is through the roof. Oh, those smiles. Does he know you're here? Yeah, that. Teary-eyed. Probably not. Wow, you actually did that? Well, like, you would have straight up lost if not for you. I know I've said this before many times, but she looks so different with her hair down somehow. The audio effect! He doesn't. Mental disorder. What kind of sensor did you implant into her, by the way, to get that data? Oh, that's the fear here, eh? Now we're getting to the root issue. I love how she just ninjas away every time. Well, yeah, I mean, she did get to vent just now, though, so that's good, eh? That's so freaking adorable! Well, good thing her face is hidden right now. Can't even speak. Very much so, yes. And thus light returns to the room. Still got the fan. So, a lot of stuff to look forward to, eh? Plus, new member. Note. That was great! Freaking awesome! Everything, I love it! Everything about this. Just freaking beautiful. I'm exhausted somehow from watching this. Also, it's got like a bazillion degrees in here, so I gotta open the window after this. I would do it during the recording, but yeah, insects. They are back now, with a vengeance, like every year. And it takes like 5 seconds for the entire room to be swarming with them, so yeah. And for anybody asking why I don't just put some grit in the window against insects, well, I had that. Cat had a field day with it. And by this point he has learned that he can get in through the window, so there's no point in putting up a new one. I have an AC though. I just didn't think about turning it on before starting recording. Well, same old ending, except for, Miko now having turned around, but we've had that before. That little tidbit of after her character got introduced. Yeah, that was just freaking amazing. The entire thing was just the election, though, wasn't it? Like, none of the usual three-part structure. Yeah, just the presentation and campaign, and, well, I guess you could sort of make a three-part structure in first the supporters who give the speech, then the president candidates themselves give the speech, and then the aftermath. Sort of, perhaps, maybe, but not really. So yeah, we got Miko's backstory and motivation, and it's kind of iffy. Like, being neglected by her parents, she kind of seeks the fault in society instead. That keeps her parents away, like, because they have jobs that get more and more stressful the more, like, problems there are in the world, so to say. And so she chose to blame the world for creating all these problems that keep her parents away, which is a coping mechanism, if anything. Like, no, her parents are clearly at fault here. If there were no problems in the world and we had world peace, it seems like they would be the type of people who just latch onto another thing. Like, I would say another problem, but I just said if the world had no problems, but that just doesn't happen. Like, it's plus, it's the same thing. If we had a cure-all drug miracle thingy, it'd be oh so great, except, like, millions of people would be out of a job and economy would crash and everything, but hey, at least we all get to live to 100, which also would be a population explosion and all that, so yeah, you've got negative downsides to everything. No matter how great it sounds at first. And so you'd have to find a new purpose. For a lot of people. And it's not really the point I was getting at, but Miko's parents clearly made a choice here. They decided that the problems they are fighting were more important than their daughter. Which you can argue they are or aren't on a personal level or on a grander level. And I really got to wrap things up. I don't want to go above 1 hour again. What's the problem? Yeah, anyway, so kind of tragic backstory, of course, like with her super hardline rules and everything. She didn't get any support, and the mental burden just kept piling on with every lost election and all that. So by the end, she's just a nervous wreck, and it's a vicious cycle at that point that you cannot escape from, except, of course, like, Ishigami had his total destruction plan there of just having Miko lose completely and absolutely so that people wouldn't blame her for it in the end. Like saying there was no chance you could have won against Miyoki anyway, so it wasn't her fault. But in the end, Miyoki sort of made his own thing there happen by having Miko engage with him instead of with the audience. Which worked wonders too, like, it worked way too well actually, kind of surprised of how close it was too, like, as was he. And of course the special treatment for Kaguya and all that. There's so much great stuff in this episode and I would love to talk about it, but I'm kind of running out of time because I don't want to go 1 hour, because if I Daily Motion has a 1 hour limit, so going over that I have to render it in 2 separate parts, which is annoying, so I don't want to do that. Yeah. I guess I'm gonna do this in the next episode, reaction, and this was previous episode, so yeah, until next time, see you then. Bye.